Big news coming in right now in regard to the IMA fraud case. CBI has been grilling Zameer Ahmed Khan this afternoon. Zameer Ahmed Khan was grilled from 11 in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon. The former minister was questioned over property sold to Mansoor Khan. There's a bit of property that was sold to Mansoor Khan that had his name on it as the seller, which was a point of contention for quite some time now. He was grilled in this regard for 2.5 hours, starting from 11 in the morning to 1:30 p.m. That's the latest that we have right now. This afternoon, there was an inquisition conducted by the CBI, the newly constituted panel probe that is investigating this. Now, this was done after Yediyurappa came to power. He called in the CBI to investigate the case. So Zameer Ahmed Khan has come up for questioning with regard to land sold to Mansoor Khan. Now, there were allegations that Zameer Ahmed Khan had sold his property to Mansoor Khan, and that property was sold at a value lower than that of the market value. So Zameer Ahmed Khan was summoned for selling his property worth 9 crore rupees to Mansoor Khan. Zameer Ahmed Khan said he had sold the property spread over 14,924 square feet on Serpentine Street in Richmond Town in the city to Mansoor Khan, but denied having any other business dealings with him. That's the latest that we have right now. The CBI has been grilling Zameer Ahmed Khan with regard to this property dealing that goes back several years as well. The allegation is that this is sold at a value lower than the market value that has given a red flag to the CBI. Now, with regard to this whole land transaction, every bit of business transaction, whether real estate or bullion or even cash transaction, has to be scrutinized to a great extent, and every paper trail needs to have answers that are clear, and there is a lack of clarity apparently in this particular land transaction. So right now, this is the latest coming in right now from 11 to 1:30. There was a grilling of Zameer Ahmed Khan in the IMA fraud case. Mansoor Khan already is deposing as the prime accused in this, but at the same time, there are others who are said to be involved. How deep is Zameer Ahmed Khan's involvement? He has denied any dealings whatsoever with Mansoor Khan. Zameer Ahmed Khan left for Ajmer after he was grilled by the CBI. He has left Ajmer today. KV Dhananjay, senior advocate of the Supreme Court, is with me on the phone right now. Dhananjay, thank you for joining us right now. A land transaction going back many years can still be brought up to further scrutiny as well. If you could comment on why the CBI would need to go so deep into seeing every transaction, even if it's a one-off transaction.
What happens is this, that particular transaction with the IMA had with Mr. Zameer Ahmed Khan, I think that transaction raised a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. The valuation of that transaction, which means the money that was shown on the agreement as, changing hands between IMA and Mr. Zameer Ahmed, correct? Mm-hmm. So was far less than the market value. Mm-hmm. So there was an expectation or maybe suspicion that there was money laundering in the sense that IMA paid far more money to Mr. Zameer Ahmed Khan than what is shown on the record. So in that event, CBI, or for that matter, the previous society, would have obviously been interested in finding out what was that excess money that changed hands. Again, it's a matter of allegation at this point of time. And so the fact is they have not taken Mr. Zameer Ahmed into custody. So you have to assume that the allegation continues to remain as an allegation, and the CBI has not made much of a progress in terms of their interrogation, or for that matter, they have not been able to solidify or strengthen that allegation. Because if that allegation was found to be more or less true, the CBI would have most likely arrested Mr. Zameer Ahmed. And the next question that also arises is, he bought that property from someone else, and then he sold it off to IMA. So the thing that happens is when you buy property, and then that was again a litigated property with respect to which the court below had in fact issued a stay. or rather an order of status quo. So which means if you buy a property which is already subject to an order of status quo, and then if you sell it off to a third party within a short time, and then the money value you show for the sale is far less than the market value, then again, IMA's money was all tainted money, is it not?
Right, absolutely.
So in that view of the matter, this is a case where I'm sure the CBI certainly will have to proceed against various, not necessarily Mr. Zameer Ahmed, anyone else that had a similar transaction deserves to be investigated. Because if that excess money changed hands, then that excess money is investors' money.
Absolutely.
So the CBI has a duty to go after that money and recover that money.
Certainly.
And so that's how I think you need to see this as.
Right. Thank you, Dhananjay, for speaking to us. KV Dhananjay giving us a little more insight into why such a transaction would come under scrutiny.